Hey guys, Stephen Bogren here from Pro Physique. Today I want to talk about different methods of dieting. So hey everybody, welcome to the new house. As you can see, there's not a lot of shit on the walls yet. This is the extra room, which is also my guest room slash studio room for YouTube. But I did get the one important thing up. That's right. Fun fact, my discount code should actually have gone up by 5% for those of you who use it. Thank you very much. I do appreciate you guys. It is a bro grand for those of you who haven't tried out the supplements. Obviously, I love them. I believe in them. That's why I am associated with them. So, anyways, on to the topic at hand. Different methods of dieting, different ways to diet. Because I think a lot of us get stuck on one way, right? And if one way works for you, that's great. But one way might not work for everybody else, right? And so we see that, some people really like meal plans, some people love flexible dieting, some people love keto, some people love carnivore diet, some people love vertical diet, low carb, high carb, Atkins, blah, 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 blah. Plant-based, vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, right? So there's a plethora of different dieting variations that people use to help meet their fitness goals. And, I think it bears to talk about what maybe some of the positives and the negatives are. So first and foremost, I think the main thing that we understand is that the old adage goes, there are many ways to skin a cat. I don't know why people are skinning cats. Please don't skin cats. That doesn't seem like a good thing to do. I don't know what you're going to use a cat pelt for, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be, the best decision. So beyond the fact of, hey, let's not skin cats, the point is, there's a lot of different ways that we can do this, right? There's a lot of different ways that we can diet, that we can be healthy, that we can lose body fat, and that we can build muscle. And so, whereas something like keto, it's muscle sparing, but it's not muscle growing, right? And high carb, where we're spiking insulin more often, we have more anabolic activity in that aspect, are very different in that aspect, right? Either of the two can create a calorie deficit. Either of the two can cause weight loss or weight gain, depending on how we're eating. Now, there's a lot of different things that can go into this. I have a client right now that's prepping keto, which is not something that I normally do and not something that I've done before. Shout out Sarah, keto as fuck. But she does it for health reasons, right? So if her health is dependent on keto, there's no fucking question about it, right? There shouldn't be a question about it as a coach. First and foremost, it's health. Staying healthy, general health, that's your number one. After that, it's get on stage, right? So if there's a reason behind it, and that's it, you have to, my opinion is that you should be respecting that as a coach. Now, is prep unhealthy? Yes, it's unhealthy. But it's unhealthy in the fact that if we stay lean for too long, we're creating a lot of issues. It's unhealthy in the fact that we're going to have some hormonal imbalances and things like that. There are some other general health things that, you as a coach should be wary of and understand and respect. I know very well that whether or not I always agree with the doctors and the MDs, the MD comes before me. Their say goes first. I don't get to trump them, right? So if your MD is saying, hey, you should utilize this diet because of this reason for general health, at the very least you should give it its due consideration, right? At the very least you should give it the old college try, right? That's what we should do. Because at the end of the day, general health trumps everything, right? Trumps everything as far as I'm concerned. But when we're talking about fucking diet, just general diet, like we're healthy, we're fine. You're me. You can do whatever the fuck you please, right? You can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I could do keto if I wanted to do keto. I can do low carb, I can do high carb, I can do it all. It doesn't matter. So what matters most for me is what's sustainable. What can I stick with? What can I do for the long term that's going to help me to be successful with my endeavors, right? So if a meal plan is that, then I should be doing a meal plan. Do I believe in meal plans? No, I don't. And the reason why is because I don't believe that it teaches you to be empowered of your nutrition, right? So they can definitely do their job. They can get you leaner, they can do whatever. But at the end of the day, if you don't understand nutrition at a deeper level and a deeper understanding of it, you're still dependent on somebody else who is to write that up for you. I have plenty of clients who I say, hey, here's the macros I want you to hit, and they write their own meal plans. They say, hey, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm comfortable with. Awesome, that's perfect. And I think that's a great place to be because, again, you're empowered enough to be able to do that on your own, all right? You understand that well enough. Flexible dieting, right? Macros, protein, carbs, fats. My buddy Jamie, shout out to Jamie, said, it's the BroFlex this week. It's the BroFlex diet. Which is, and we're going to coin that term, so don't fucking steal it, everybody else. I already know they're going to. You better tag me. Just tag me. And tag Jamie. But it means flexible dieting, but we're utilizing, the quote-unquote, the bro foods, the cleaner foods. Even if you're flexible dieting, you shouldn't be eating shit all the time, right? You should be having an 80-20 split. 80% of your food should be healthy, nutrient-dense, like good foods, right? We still need micronutrients and we need variety for our diet for general health. Again, it all goes back to general health, right? And then after that, you can have some snacks. You can work some things in. You can have treats, the things you like. And that's perfectly fine. There's nothing at all wrong with that, right? But look at me. At some point, for those of us with very high metabolisms and very high metabolic rates and what we call hard gainers, we're going to have to include dirtier foods. I challenge you to try and eat 500 grams of carbs and 100 plus grams of fat a day in fucking chicken and rice and broccoli and olive oil. Fucking have at it. There's your new food challenge. Okay? Carnivore diet. And so the list goes on and on and on about different diets we can do, right? So the big thing is that we're looking at that diet and we're looking at it in the long term. What diet can I do that is going to set me up for success? What diet can I do that I can see myself doing in 6 months? That I can see myself doing in a year, right? What diet can I do that is going to teach me to be empowered and in control of my own weight maintenance, my own health, right? What diet is going to do those things for you? Now, obviously, I believe in flexible dieting. I believe that that is the best option because I believe that it does all those things. It forces you to understand nutritional labels. It forces you to look at food labels. It forces you to double check how you're measuring your food, what ways you're tracking it. Are the tracking options that you're using even correct? Are we doing net carbs? Are we not doing net carbs? Like, all those things come up throughout the process in that flexible dieting discovery period, right? So that's why I love it so much. Is it forces you to ask these questions, to think critically on your diet, what you're doing, to really look at it, and then to just make tweaks and changes based on what you're doing, what's working and what's not working, right? It's literally like doing research on yourself. There's nothing wrong with other dieting philosophies. Some of them, it's the same kind of idea, right? You're still looking at your total calorie goals and protein and carbs and fats and percentages. Keto is another really good example. Yes, it's mostly fats, but how much protein, how much carbs you have, it matters, right? Because if you have too many carbs, you can come out of ketosis. If you have too much protein, you could possibly come out of ketosis, right? So the percentages matter. So you still have to tweak and do things and pull levers and Wizard of Oz, that shit, right? So it's still important. So I don't have a problem with keto either. And a lot of people are like, anti-keto. Why would you be anti-keto? Keto does great things, right? And for general health, has a lot of possible benefits. So really, I guess the entire point of this is, guys, don't think that there's only one right way to diet. Any diet can be correct for you. It can be correct for you for the time being, and it can be correct for you just in general. So remember, don't skin cats, but if you were going to, there's a lot of different ways to do it.